Now, over the last week, there's been a few conversations being had in the gym about mindset. And I suppose that negative mindset or that negative talk that sometimes we get sort of trapped into or suckered into. And I wanted to explain to you and let you know that the same thing happens to me. And as an example, on Sunday when we did our fun run, I still get the negative talk that I have to work my way out of, generally speaking, most of the times when I am running and when it gets a little bit tough. And usually it happens when, things aren't going to plan or, I'm in the hurt zone. And when I was running on the weekend, I was probably at about the 4-kilometer mark. And, my head, when my body was hurting, started telling me things like, you're not good enough to do this run, your fitness isn't where it needs to be, who said that you were going to run a full marathon this year, who thinks that you should run, an event every year, you're not that great. And you can sit there and you can allow that negative headspace to take over, and you can believe it if you eat into it. Or you can sit there and you can try and say no, and know that it's just because your brain is trying to trick you into stopping and not working through what's going to make you really amazing and get you to that next level. Now, some of you aren't runners. In fact, a lot of you aren't runners. We've only got about 20 in our run club. So you're going like, how does this relate to me? But it does relate to you, because everyone has that negative mindset. Everyone has that point, or some of you have that point where you get stuck into that sort of, negative spill. So when that happens, I want you to stop. Now, if you're running, don't stop, keep going. But I want you to think about why this is happening, yeah? And I want you to start going back and thinking about all the really amazing things that you've actually achieved. So for me, the first thing I do, especially in the running, I sit there and go, do you remember when you came second on that Great Wall of China run and you hadn't run for ages? Remember that. You had less fitness than you do today. You can do this. You can push through this. So I want you to think about, I want you to have in your tool belt a whole series of things that you can draw upon that are positive to you, that can actually start to pull you out of that situation. So mine is Great Wall of China. Mine is doing all the runs with my amazing community that I did last year. Mine is the achievements that I did in October last year. Mine is about my business that I'm building. And that's something that, on a regular basis I sit there and I doubt myself as well over my business and what I've created, but I have to sit there and go back and go, hang on, you're doing a pretty good job. So I know a few of you have had some negative thoughts this week. I want to give you two things. First of all, it's okay. It's just part of life. We all get there. We all get those negative thoughts. So it's okay if you've had some negative thoughts this week. The other thing I want you to think about is, what sort of tools can you have in your toolbox? What sort of statements can you have to help you when you're in that negative space to get you out of that? And if you're happy to share those things, I would love you to share them in the comments below. Now, this week, I also did a little post about my journaling that I do on almost a daily basis. And I wanted to show you my journal. Now, this little journal book was given to Sophie ages ago, and she never used it and she was going to throw it away. So I stole it. And I write in it, like I said, I'm not 100% every day because sometimes I just get busy, but probably every other day I write in my journal. And sometimes it can be really little things like I'm in control of my thoughts and my emotions, or it can be a lot of information and more a reminder to myself of where I'm at and the path that I'm going. And it's something that I've done over the years and I've sort of tapped into and out of, but I know that when I journal on a daily basis or on a very regular basis, my mind is a lot clearer, and it really helps me, especially if I'm in a bit of a funk and I'm in a little bit of a negative space, or things that are, you know, happening around me I can't control. I can control this, and I can control the way I think about what's happening around me. So see how you go with this one. Tell me in the comments below, do you journal? Do you not journal? Would you like to journal? Do you have any thoughts on this one? You have to be proud of you, right? Because I'm proud of all of you, but if you're not proud of yourself, you're your best cheer squad. So be proud of yourself for what you're doing. So this week, what am I going to do? I tell you what, I am going to commit to journaling every day. That's my add one. Take one. No negative thoughts about anyone. We'll see how we go. Maybe some of you can keep me accountable. I'll see you guys next week.